Hello everyone, my name is Leo. Today I'll be telling you guys about this trade that I took on the 26th of March that made me around 4%, like 3.8%, I'd say, to be more precise, on my FTMO 100K funded challenge. So this is a trade report, very beautiful trade on the charts, very beautiful 1, 2, 4. As you guys can see, this trade is a very complicated trade, so we'll be breaking it down in a new chart. So this is another gold chart. It's been a while. Wait, where are you supposed to go? Wait, okay. Might need a side by side because this one is actually pretty complicated. Okay, so replay. Okay, so great. We're gonna start with this chart right here, and let's see how price moves. Put in 10x. As you can see, price created this very strong upward push to the upside, so marking our breakout structure. I'll just mark it green to keep my charts as clean as possible. And with this breakout structure, we can mark down our order blocks, which is, I like to use my 15-minute order blocks, use the green, and then I like to label it the time frame. And yep. Yeah, okay. So in this up push, we created not only just order blocks, but some fair value gaps, which I would like to mark it out also because it's gonna be important. So here we got our first order block, first fair value gap. Label it buy fair value gap. And also this last sell candle, also we'll consider it as a order block, 15-minute order block, but this one's more risky, so I like to label it risky. Yep, this order block is gonna play a very important role, and so you guys will see later. There's another fair value gap here. You're just labeling out all the point of interest, just to make sure that we're clear. We know what the market is trying to do. We know where potentially the volume can be. Just label out every single thing that we see in the market. Okay, let's keep playing. As we can see, we can now mark this as our swing high because price never break through this level. The bullish movement ends like right here, and then we can mark down our swing low right here. Okay, so normally in this very bullish movement, in my previous experience, it'd be great if we would have we could have taken a trade right here in like a refined 5-minute move, 5-minute fair value gap. Like this could be a liquidity sweep, and this could be our refined 5-minute fair value gap. And then we could have taken a long here. Pretty risky, I'd say. I'll probably aim for the 1, 2, and okay, price tap in right here, and then this would smash our take profit. However, I always feel like these type of trades are really risky because, first of all, price is in a very premium zone. As you can see, in like a higher time frame, price is in a pretty damn premium zone. So there is chance that price will be where's my other tools? Okay, anyways, going downwards to mitigate this buy fair value gap instead of just only this fair value gap right here. So really risky trade if I would have taken this one. So me personally, I probably would have not taken this one. So we'll keep on seeing where price is taking us. Okay, price came down here and taken out this fair value gaps with not a very strong movement to the upside. So this movement, we can see that buyers are losing control of the market and sellers are stepping in. It's very important information to know. Slow down market. Okay. Okay. Just very strong push to the downside and mitigated this buy order block, and this buy order block clearly got penetrated. So this make this order block a breaker block. So I'll label it as breaker. So these price action, we can see that buyers are losing control and sellers are gaining control, and then we have a nice, very beautiful change of character right here. Yep. Okay. Price also mitigated this buy fair value gap right here. So after this, I like to label MT as mitigated. Okay, so now is where things get more complicated. We'll select bar to maybe like right here. So with this very strong down push, we also create a lot of fair value gaps. You can see this one. Okay, so this one big movement, I checked the 30 minutes just to make sure we have a very pretty fair value gap right here. Sometimes I use 30 minutes too. If it's price is really choppy, sell fair value gap and 30-minute. And then what I like to do is I also label the order blocks. I'll just see which time frame gives me a more clear structure. This one definitely a clear structure. Sell order block and 30-minute sell order block right here. Okay, so after that, we can go down to the 15-minute time frame, and then mark, and then just try to refine it a lot of times. Just make sure that we know where the price is going. So this is gonna get very messy real soon. So please just bear with me. 15-minute. And then what I did is I went down to the 5-minute time frame and break down even more fair value gaps. I created first this refine zone. As I said, this was very complicated, intricate trade. So I was gonna M5 refined, and here we can see another refined fair value gap. So let's slow down the replay. This is 15-minute, so it's faster. Okay, so first of all, price mitigated this 5-minute order block, but when the price mitigated this seller block, I was in school, so I didn't do anything about it. Plus, if this would be the trade, the R is not gonna be too good because we're trading directly into this 15-minute buy order block that created this very strong push to the upside. So this would not be a very good trade. However, we can see how it plays, price plays. Okay, so what price did here is created a lot of drawdown liquidity. Like these are like free liquidities to be swept, like free liquidity waiting to be swept. Prices are really choppy at this area. Yeah, price has been really choppy in this area, as we can see. Just there's no clear direction. So what price is needed right now is a in, well, like a zone to be mitigated to push to the downside, sweep all these liquidity. So price can do one of two things. First thing is to sweep these liquidity and go back up, or and tap into this 15-minute order block and go back up again, or price can come back and then mitigate one of these zones, either this refined 5-minute zone or this 5-minute order block, and then take down these liquidity. These, remember, price needs liquidity. So, and what I really liked about this trade is, okay. So, anyways, I'll tell you guys about why I really liked this trade. So I placed it this order, and then I went to sleep. So what I do about this trade is I place my order very strictly at a very strict area. And then what I like to do is, like, anywhere about like where I put my stop loss, I want to like to add $1. So now you can see it's 4488. I can make it 4489.5, just to make sure price don't, like, you know, take down my stop loss and shoot straight into take profit, which happened once. Last time this happened because of the spread, I got stopped out and the price flew to take profit. And I basically targeted like a 1 to 4. I didn't want to target these zones because of the R, because my trading plan says the maximum of around 1 to 2.4, 1 to 3, and I don't really like anything above that. But it'd be great if it hit, but like I just aim for like one of these, the closer zones, like this one right here. So like something like this. So my stop loss like a little bit like higher, probably something like this. And I went to sleep. So what I really liked about this trade is how price tap in my zone without creating any sort of a change of character. Because one thing that I figured out lately is how important internal structure is. Internal structure is literally the one thing that has to align with trade. And that's one thing that I figured out lately that's very important. As long as the internal order flow aligns, then there's just a lot of chance that this is gonna work out. Whereas when the internal structure does not align with the direction you're trading into, the trade is more likely to fail. Also, there's a lot of liquidity zones right here for the price takedown. So this is literally A plus textbook trade. Price came down here, choppy, swept liquidity, trade into a point of POI with internal order flow aligned, because these can never close above this one, this high right here. And I literally just shoot right into take profit. This is a 10 out of 10 trade, in my opinion. One of the best trade I ever taken in a while. I've been in a big losing streak. Yeah, I've been in a big losing streak. I've been on like a 10 trade losing streak because of various reasons, because I've been too impatient or this and that. A lot of things I have to work on. February has been a disaster, minus 5.8%. Very disastrous month. And finally, we want to trade. This is literally the very best trade that I can ever ask for. And I'm really glad that it worked out. Yeah, very perfect. And also, with these buy fairly guys mitigated, we don't have to worry about any sort of chance price is gonna like bias towards and then turn to a bullish market again. So very perfect trade. I really liked it, this trade. Yeah. I mean, these trades aren't like for every day, so I guess up to the next trade. Perfect. I'll pull out my chart back again. So, prime example. So actually, this is another trade that I didn't take. So I placed a sell order right here and placed my stop loss at protect high, aim for 1.2.5 because of, again, my current strategy is to wait for like a order block to be identified, liquidity to be sweet. However, one thing that I mentioned earlier is how internal structure should be aligned. Because how this trade, despite sweeping liquidity, trade into a valid zone. However, this candle had already closed above these, making this a breaker structure. Therefore, I did not take this trade because internally the price has already turned bullish. So this is another stop avoided because there is reaction, there actually is selling power at this zone. So this zone is actually valid. However, because the price is now bullish, prices shoot up, taking out everything. So yep, you're gonna see this perfect trade again. 10 out of 10, hands down. Yep, okay, that's everything about this video. And yeah, hopefully we'll be winning more trades and reach the 10% goal, never giving up. And I'll see you guys next time.